Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 20 of the Infernal Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Inferno. If you're new to this show, hello, and thanks for coming by. And if you're a returning listener, welcome back. Today, we're recording this podcast on November 13th, so like 2 days before it comes out, no big deal. And I got two co-hosts with me. You already know what it is, man. You already know. I'm rocking with the gang like always. You got my boy who he about to be TikTok famous a little bit. You know what I mean? I see him using them shorts on YouTube. My man Eknight with all the views. Shout out to, socials and all that shit, bro. Go ahead.
Hey man, I like shorts. They're easy and comfy to wear. And yeah, you can follow me at Couch Combat on YouTube, where I apparently only upload shorts now. So yeah, do that. Do it.
Yes, sir. And then my second co-host, you already know, man, the most jacked Asian in the world. You won't find him in a Planet Fitness because Planet Fitness is for pussies.
I go to Planet Fitness.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Nah, if you go to Planet Fitness, you all right, I guess. I don't know. I go to some Philly ass gym out here. I ain't gonna tell y'all because I don't want y'all to come and find me. But shout out to my boy RiZiNG Rambo, man. Let everybody know your socials. Talk your shit, bro. Go ahead.
Yo, it's your boy RiZiNG Rambo. Glad to be back on the Infernal Gaming Podcast. First things first, follow me on Twitch, RiZiNG Rambo. I'll be on Monday and Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Saturday, 12 p.m. East Standard Time. Also, follow me on Instagram, the official Make It Kill It Gain It, where you get all your latest information there. No, I don't have Twitter, so don't ask. And yeah, let's get this show on the road. And before Blaze Inferno jump me on this shit, what's the weather like outside? It's fucking cold. There, problem solved. All right, let's go.
Yeah, it got cold as shit fast. But, yeah, I mean, all of my co-host links will be in the description along with my own for the video version. And I think on Spotify and all that too. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to click on their links, show them some love. Go follow my boy Rambo on Twitch. Go subscribe to my boy Eknight on YouTube. Please do that. Also, make sure you check out my links down below. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at BlazedXinferno. And follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BlazedXinferno, where I stream 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at 6:30 p.m. to whenever I feel like getting the fuck off. You already know what it is. Y'all already know what it is. Make sure you follow your boy on Twitch because I'm 10 followers away from hitting the hundo. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
So you already know, man. You already know. But you already know there's also multiple ways you can listen to the Infernal Gaming Podcast. You can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. So there's plenty of ways to listen to the show and take it on the go with you. Share with your friends. Do all that. On Apple Podcasts, make sure you rate this podcast 5 stars. So, yeah, I mean, we can reach more people using the algorithm and shit. But let's get into today's show because we don't have a lot to talk about, but we got a lot to talk about because, we going to stretch the shit out. Not with filler, but, yeah, with good conversation.
It's already been 20% ad already, so let's go.
All right. You know what we got to do.
I know.
Yeah, but all right.
Goddamn.
Yeah, all right.
Eknight.
So,
Eknight,
Yo,
what you been playing, bro?
Skyrim.
Yeah.
The not anniversary edition.
Boo.
What do you mean, boo? It's the same fucking game.
Boo.
It's the same fucking game. Same fucking game every time.
Boo this man. I literally just got off Skyrim.
Boo me all you want.
20
You know I'm
before
fucking
this
right.
podcast.
it must be that serious if you're booing him, man. It's the same thing you buy every fucking year.
You have
Like,
like
what the
9
fuck?
different versions of Skyrim.
I
Yeah.
now own 6 versions. And to make it clear though, the anniversary version is literally just an update. It basically just gives you everything that's in the Creation Club. That's it.
Paid
That's
for
it.
$20 for Creation Club assets, a couple new DLCs, quests.
Yep.
And
Fishing, dog.
No, you don't
Fishing.
even pay for fishing. I got that for free.
Oh yeah, it's free. Fishing and 3 other things are free, but
It's ass.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
terrible.
fishing is it's bad.
It's
bad.
the worst
bad.
fishing. Like RuneScape fishing is more interesting.
But playing Skyrim on survival mode is lit. I enjoy it a lot. Because I play on console, not on PC. I own the PC version, but I don't have a PC to play it on. But yeah, it's lit, and I'm really enjoying myself. And Skyrim is one of the best games of all time. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all you've been playing now?
Halo, this, and a little bit of Siege. I've been dipping my toes back in there.
Ooh, we got to talk about that too. Yeah, I didn't add that to the show notes, but we got to talk about that. We got to talk about that. But we'll say that for later. Rambo, what you been playing?
Talk about it.
Yo, honestly, you know what I played last week. You know what came out last week.
What you been playing, bro? What you been
man? Yo, I was playing Call of Duty Vanguard.
Oh, I thought you were playing Lego Star Wars.
No, I don't want to get too touchy about that game, but let's just say, let me throw it out there. The story mode, I give it a 10 out of 10 in my personal opinion. Some might not like it. I give it my personal opinion. That I like what kind of flavor they add to it, the little twist to it, and honestly, they just went out their way, just break that boundary of a storyline. Like, just say fuck it, let's add something to it, even though it is not accurate. Fuck it, let's add it. All right, put Call of Duty on the side. I did play Ghost Recon Breakpoint, the new update. What's it called? Motherland, whatever it's called. What? If you guys play Ghost Recon Breakpoint, there's a new DLC or new update. Honestly, I'm gonna say this: this new update really saved Breakpoint. That's all I'm gonna say. It fucking saved this game's life.
Literally.
Yes, like it plays like Wildlands, gives you that Wildlands vibe. Again, a year ago I bought this game. This shit was trash. This update, again, saved it. Just saved it. I'm just gonna keep it like that.
Yeah.
But that's about it. That's all I've been playing as of now.
Yeah, to piggyback off of what Rambo is saying about Ghost Recon Breakpoint, I did also play the new update, and I can thoroughly say it definitely did save the game itself. And it goes on sale a lot now. Like a lot. It's usually like I've seen it for like $10, like lowest
20.
$10. Now I seen it for $10 when Gundar bought it on PlayStation. It was $10. So I mean,
shit, man.
if any of you guys listening want a game to play, you like Mill Sims, you like stealth action games, like this is really it. Like they've really redefined the game, fixed a lot of my issues with it. And just gave us a classic Ghost Recon experience.
Yeah. Let me add something about this too. Like, for the OGs that actually played Ghost Recon back in the old days, like, you feel like, all right, this is a Ghost Recon vibe into Future Soldier, into Wildlands. Like, Breakpoint actually feels that, like, fill that gap right there. Like, you have good AIs, teammates that could fucking listen, and you could do a lot of things now with them, like switching up their characters, looks, whatever, so on and so forth. It's very, honestly, I may have to say this, but it's a little bit better than Wildlands. Just more high tech.
I agree. I actually agree.
More high tech. Now, the only downfall I may have to give, it's like the weapon variation. Like, I kind of wish like they fixed that a little bit. Like, what I mean by that is like, why do I have to scroll down all these blueprint guns I got?
Yeah, they
like,
should categorize them.
Yeah,
they definitely should. Yeah.
It's too much of a hassle. Like, Give me like a category of shotguns, assault rifle, LMG, snipers, so on and so forth. That could that should have been like fixed during this year of their little fuck up. Yes, I'm gonna say it, their little fuck up.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I could just say Breakpoint is making a little comeback. And honestly, I think this is what I may have to say this. What's it called? Ghost Recon, that open world fucking what
We
that
ain't not gonna
everybody.
talk about that.
Yeah,
We're not
yeah.
gonna talk about
I feel like yo, they took a huge grain of salt on them. Like not on the shoulder, not on the leg, a huge, like real
Yeah.
salty.
that. Right in the wound. Right in the
Yep,
wound.
right in the wound. They knew they were salty as shit. So they're like, yo, let's go back to Ghost Recon Breakpoint and fix this shit. Like, fans want that. Yeah, we don't want no more Battle Royale. We have enough.
Oh, you're talking about that stupid battle
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Frontline.
yeah, yeah. We ain't gonna talk
Nobody
about that.
wants that
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah, yeah. We already have enough, all right?
Yeah, no battle
But
royale in Halo. Yeah.
no, but like real shit, I highly recommend for the new people that are interested playing little stealthy games here and there. Get yourself a Ghost Recon Breaking Point. It should be like on sale right now, maybe
I'm
20
at my
bucks.
Yeah,
breaking
it
point.
was last week. It was
Yeah.
like $13.
Yeah, yeah.
I seen on everything was like $13 when the data update came out. It was like $13.
Well, if that's the case, they probably might up the price like maybe $25.
Nah. The
Yeah?
game, this is just a quality of life update that again, like it. I think they want to keep it low because again, Breakpoint is on its way out. You can tell. If Frontline does end up getting completely canceled and they just go ahead and do another open world Ghost Recon game like we want.
No.
You know what I mean?
Like honestly, as of now, just my personal opinion, I played Ghost Recon Wildlands, and that game had a lot of potential when it first came out. A lot, in my personal opinion. Now, there were only certain downfalls that I have to give. After beating the games, the open world was kind of empty. Like, there was no missions. Yeah, you got these little side missions. You could fucking stop the cartels, jack their shit, but that's about it. With Breakpoint, you have numerous missions to go to point A to point B, like nonstop. With these little updates they adding, and you could keep doing it. And like the atmosphere, the environment, you go in buildings. Never before you could do that with Wildlands. Wildlands, you go in buildings, it's kind of boring, empty, nothing really interesting. In Breakpoint, you can do that. Like it's more detail. It's more like clues you could find, more things that you could find, treasure hunt, all that shit. You name it.
Yeah,
Oh.
they had a lot. Like I said, Breakpoint. Not to stay on it too much longer.
Yeah.
Breakpoint to me was all the potential was always there. Like I think the movement in that game, like the way you move, the controls, is like a 10 out of 10. Like if Wildlands had that type of moving, you know, the way you crawl, the way you run, the way you crouch, everything. Like the movement is like super realistic. You know, when you walk down a hill, if you run too fast, you'll like slip and slide down the hill. Like I think like the movement for that game was like 10 out of 10. It was just like the other things, like the set pieces were really good. The locations, like Rambo said, you know, going inside buildings, there's a lot to explore. There was a lot going on inside of buildings and stuff like that. Breakpoint always had that ability to be a really, really good game, but it was fucked up by, you know, greed, RNG loot, shit we don't want in a Ghost Recon game. And I think Ubisoft finally delivered on that. And I think me and Rambo can both agree that it's definitely worth your money now. Especially when they're selling it for like $20, $30, like $13, $14, $10 every once in a while. It's definitely worth picking it up.
No, while
definitely
we're on
cop that shit, man. Like
of values of games, it's kind of funny because like I wonder if this game came out like Wildlands Breaking Point or whatever it's called came out like in the 90s. Like that
probably
shit was
did.
revolutionary to us, right?
Yeah.
considering how far like games have come since then.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if we're just like kind of spoiled with all these features that we get for like basically like usually like for free and shit, like open world dialogue, all that shit. Like
Uh,
back when we had to pay like $30-$40 for a game that with just text and
Yeah.
Yeah,
like pixel art. So I'm just it's just interesting. I was just thinking about that, like just putting that idea out there. Like it's interesting to see if this came out in the 90s, we'd probably lose our shit, especially at its graphic fidelity.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
I just think as gamers, like now we're definitely more conscious because we seen during the late 2000s, you know, what people can do with these games.
Yeah.
And then the early 2010s, we got to see how they could monetize and fuck us over and sell us half of a game when we know damn well they can give us a better product. You know what I'm saying?
This is
Yeah.
true. It's very
I just
Yeah.
think we're more conscious now because again, what in I think from 2008, 2009, 2010, we got some 2007 too. We got some of the best games of gaming, period. Like all those games now, like Mass Effect, Halo 3, you know, you see all of those games being brought up constantly and constantly and constantly in talks all the time. Like, oh, this game reminds me of this, reminds me of that. I feel like that was like the golden era of video games. And that's why nowadays, like a lot of gamers come off like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? They come off like entitled, you know, because again, we seen at an age where we didn't have all this crazy technology, what you could give us, and what you give us now is like nowhere. Because Ubisoft used to be the shit back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember that. They used to be the shit. Like,
yeah, I remember.
They used to give you grade A, AAA games. First two Assassin's Creed games are like, to a lot of people, greatest games of all time. You know what I'm saying? But it's just as time progressed, you could tell, you know, publishers started pushing the envelope to see how far they could monetize games. And it started with EA. I know you guys remember the fucking online pass shit.
Yeah.
I remember.
That's what literally started what we have now, like the social conscious gamer. That's what I like to call it. Social conscious gamer, which means that we know what a good game is. We're all very aware what a good $60 game is.
Yes,
It's
sir.
just nowadays we settle for less because we already know there's really no developers left that give us that type of game anymore. $60, you're getting a full value like Nintendo does from time to time. FromSoft does all the time. You get a $60 game. People play that shit for fucking generations.
Right.
Your money is like totally worth the bang of your buck. Nowadays, like if you spend $60, you're getting a half-ass game that's not even fucking.
And then you gotta wait 4 or 5 years for it to get good. And then we get the praise in it. You know what I mean? And we don't. A lot of times we forget, you know, where it came from just because of where it stands now. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? I know we're going off topic with this, but you did bring up a good topic, and it's something we could talk about real fast. But I believe it's okay to, you know, praise a game like Breakpoint, praise a game for No Man's Sky for where they are today. It's just we have to again hold these studios accountable when they drop shit fucking games day one. You know what I mean?
True. This is true.
And then fix them years later, because it's like, let's bring up No Man's Sky. That was a game I bought day one.
Same.
Day fucking one. And I was super excited. And they did not deliver.
Well, they lied about a lot of the features too.
Yeah.
So like that's like in addition to that, like if we were like told you can do this. Here's the beta. Here's this. This is what it is, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we got. That's pretty much all I'm saying. That we would lose our shit back in the day. Like
Yeah.
if like Breakpoint may have not been like it had all that shit in the beta when everyone talked about it. Had the the Destiny style looter shooter shit.
Yeah.
Where you had the commons and shit, had all that RNG shit in it that nobody really asked for.
But it was just put in there.
Yeah, but like it's not like they lied about the rest of that shit.
Yeah,
like,
no, they only did that because it's not to cut you off, but they only did that because, as you can see with these developers, they follow trends. Like at that time, RNG loot, that was like the fucking trend. Like everybody was doing it. You had Division, you had Destiny, you had Borderlands been doing it, but you had all these games. Fucking Assassin's Creed was doing it. You have all these games that were doing like the RNG loot because at one time, you know, that was the desired gameplay loop. And we're gonna get to talking about gameplay loops a little later in this episode because that's what this episode is really kind of dedicated to. Is you know, gameplay loops. Like every game has a loop that kind of hooks a player, and that's why we go back to those types of games. Like you know, we'll talk about we'll touch this subject again towards the end of the podcast. I don't want to get too deep into it, but that was a really good. That was a really good
whole podcast for that shit. Because like to be honest, like just comparing our expectations now to when we were like younger and dumber.
Yeah, but that's again, you got to think in the '90s, in the early 2000s, there was no such thing as we're gonna patch the game. It was like if that game came out fucked up, and there's YouTube channels that talk about those games all the time. You know, there was games that came out and they were completely unplayable when they released, and you know nobody bought them, and studios went out of business, or it ended up in Five Below, fucking Family Dollar. You know what I mean?
When Metroid Other M ends up in a Five Below.
You'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised.
But I just thought it was interesting because you guys are talking about it, how it is good now, and I've only played that beta and never touched it because Ghost Recon Wildlands and Breakpoint were never for me. But you guys talking about it now, it's just interesting. Like it after all this shit, after it's been out for so long, and they finally like, here's the final patch. And now it's good. It seems it's just like, you know,
they're fixing up their fuck ups, you know. Like
but it was just interesting because like when we were kids, we were pretty much like thankful to just get games in our hands.
You're not wrong.
And especially if it was from our favorite franchise, like didn't matter whether it was Dog Water or not. Like it was just in our hands.
We wanted that game. We wanted it.
Yeah. Because there's a couple games that I have good nostalgia with, and I've gone back to, and I'm like, this game is shit.
Let me give you an example. Right? Harry Potter Sorcerer's Stone on the fucking Game Boy Color was complete trash. It was a trash game. It was literally Final Fantasy with Harry Potter. It was bad, but it was good at the same time, because at that time, for them to kind of put that type of game on that type of hardware was like, damn, like that's some crazy shit, man. But it's like nowadays, it's like we know the limits of technology. Like technology from 2008 to now is incredible, dog. Is different. We
develop.
Yeah, we see, you know, it's just like I said, the social conscious gamer. Remember that, y'all, because we're gonna revisit this topic. We're gonna revisit this topic end of the podcast. But all right. E-Night.
Yep.
It's time. We're gonna, you know, since there's all these games coming out, and when there's games that we've all played together or whatever the case may be, after we do our little introductions we've been playing, we're gonna do like a little small review before we go into the notes. How we feel about some games. So I'm gonna ask you guys how you feel about some games. You don't have to give me a rating or anything. Just tell me what you like, dislike, stuff like that. and I'm gonna give you the floor with it, E-Night. So you beat Metroid Dread.
Yep.
Let us know. I mean, we've been holding out on talking about it on the podcast for the sole fact of the game just came out. We, want to give people some time. It's been about a month now. Try to keep it spoiler free as
It's
best
kind of
as
hard
possible.
because most of the bosses are spoilers, but
yeah.
I gotta say it's definitely one of the more difficult Metroids I've played compared to like Fusion and Samus Returns and shit like that. At least for the platformer ones, not the primes. I feel like Prime is a little bit more difficult. But that's because it's more of a first person shooter type of thing, so it's a different plane, different type of difficulty. But this was like Street Fighter type of difficult. Like the parrying system has you basically have to be nearly perfect, and then to survive the robots, you gotta like be pixel perfect accuracy, and you can definitely get it down. Like I've gotten in a situation where one of those invulnerable robots caught me like 6 times, and I broke free 6 times in a row, and I was like, holy shit, I'm nailing this timing here. And they say you have like 1 chance. You actually have 2 chances to get away. There's one is when it does that light thing when it goes to grab you by its hand, and then the second time it'll have like a spark that shines out of its face when it goes to stab you with the DNA thingy. Those are the 2 opportunities you have to get away from those fucking things. And again, you have to basically be pixel perfect when you hit the parry button. If you hit it too soon or too late, you're fucked.
Yeah.
But I think having that parry system in there.
You get 1 parry when, you're right. You get 1 parry when you hit the floor, and then when it picks you up to put the needle in your head, you have another. Yeah, you're right. Right.
You have like 2. You have 2 opportunities. It took me like till the 3rd robot to figure that out on my own without looking at guides or online shit. Every boss is a unique challenge of some sort. And it's always a puzzle on how to figure out how to kill him. So you're gonna die like a couple times before you figure out the system. Then you're gonna die trying to get the timing down. As far as their patterns, so every boss has like a set move pattern, but they don't do it in the same order each time. I personally like that because it makes boss fights more hard and interesting. Some people don't. They like predictability. I don't like predictability in boss fights because it just makes it boring. So like I know the phases, and then I know the visual and audio cues for boss fights, and they get crazy hard towards the end of the game. The final boss fight is insane. It still only took me like an hour to do though. On the regular difficulty.
An hour?
An hour, yeah, dude. An hour.
Holy fucking shit.
It's a 4-phase boss fight.
Oh fuck, man.
Yeah, no, it's not like a normal boss fight. It is intense, and you
get checkpoints in between these 4 phases.
No, it's all one. You got to beat it all in one shot.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why it took an hour. If I had a checkpoint in between boss phases, I feel like it'd be a little bit easier. But at the same time, like beating it all in one go makes it more satisfying to me, rather than it's like, when you finally beat a boss in Dark Souls, it's like you're just like, yes, I did it, and then you move on. All right, there's no checkpoints in those boss fights. They all have like crazy phases too. So story wise, I think it's interesting. I have a theory about it, but I don't want to talk about it because of spoilers. And yeah, I like the ending of it. I kind of wish there was a little bit more towards the end, maybe like a free roam situation. But I'm not gonna attempt the hard mode because even though I enjoyed playing it on the regular difficulty, the hard mode I've seen online is like you get hit once, half your health is gone. No matter how the energy tanks are cosmetic.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
It's just fucking ridiculous. It's literally for people who just want to be like pixel perfect at everything. Maybe I'll do it one day.
Them
But,
type
like,
people.
yeah, maybe I'll do it one day, and maybe I'll beat it. But I'm not in the mood to do that. It's the no regular difficulty for Metroid is hard enough, and it's
Mhm.
satisfying enough to complete on your own.
Yeah.
Also, pro tip: if you're struggling out there with hitting bosses, stop aiming. It sounds stupid, but the aiming system in this game is meant for specific like things. Like you have to aim up to shoot a certain target, sure, but for the most part, if anyone has played classic Metroid, you didn't really have an aiming system. You had to jump and shoot. You gotta kind of play this Metroid like that, especially when you get cluster rockets or the lock-on rockets, because then at that point it makes things a lot easier.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm a
10 out of
put-
10 in my opinion.
Whoa, shit! I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
I was
dude.
not expecting
It's
that.
one of the
Whoa.
single player games I've actually finished this year.
Yeah, because I see a. I'm gonna put my 2 cents in because I don't think I'm gonna do anything with Metroid anywhere else. So I'll talk about it here. I'm on my way to the last boss, and I like the game. I like it a lot. I really enjoyed it. See, the story is again, like, I don't know. It's one of the weaker points in the game. Like, the story's like kind of fucking whack. It's like every Metroid game, only.
Well, a lot
I
of
don't
the
know.
story is told through subtlety.
Yeah. I know.
This is one that actually has more exposition than Metroid Fusion did.
Yeah, well, I think that's one of the things that I liked about Metroid Fusion that a lot of people don't like about Metroid Fusion is Metroid Fusion was like very like handholdy. It was like, go here at this specific place right now
Yeah.
because this is like the next. But a lot of people didn't like that because Metroid games are very like, you do a lot of backtracking. You might go and meet a door that you can't open at a specific time, and then you get a power later that allow you to open that door.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't like that with Fusion. I think that's what drew a lot of people to like Dread, is because Dread is like Super Metroid. Dread is literally like Super Metroid.
Yeah, but you have a map.
Yeah, you have. Well, Super Metroid had a map too.
Did it? I thought that was
Yeah.
the one that basically had no map.
No, the first one didn't have a map.
Oh, okay.
Eknight is definitely right about the aiming. The aiming is fucking. I'm gonna just talk about the controls altogether. Controls fucking suck. All right, they fucking suck, dog. Like, the controls are
In tablet
bad.
mode, yeah.
They're fucking bad, dog.
I had no issues with my adapter.
Yeah, with the controller mold thing and the pro controller, it's good. It's good. It's manageable. It's okay. But in handheld, that shit is fucking torture, dog. You're action.
Not play it in handheld at all. This is on a screen type situation. Because you need to see the whole screen.
Yeah.
You need to see the whole screen to see what you're doing and see what they're doing. Because the camera will track the enemy more often than you. So, especially in a boss fight with like multiple bosses, so it'll pan the camera out whenever they walk away so you can see them.
Yeah.
So you need to like be able to see everything, and on handheld mode, you just don't get enough detail.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. I think the controls are just janky shit. There's just too much. Like, push this button and this button at the same time while pushing this button while holding this button down. Oh, and do this dash across the room while you're still shooting at this guy and holding. Like, no, it's just doing too much. I feel like they could have made it a little bit easier, with the controls.
I think it's also like you and me have not played a handheld like Metroid style game in a long time.
A long time.
Yeah.
A long time.
So
a 2D Metroid game in a long time.
2D, 3D. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that might be it because back then there were similar controls to that. Like you had
Yeah, there were.
hold down R for rockets. You had to hold down a certain button for power bomb. But they've added new shit. So like that's what we're not used to. It's just the newer shit. And once you do get a handle on the new shit, like I barely use power bomb, and then I realized power bomb is fucking clutch in the boss fight at the end. So like figuring out the timing, because you have to hold it to basically charge it up to use it. Yeah, you can't just drop it, and then it's like, oh, but it just clears the map, and I'm like, oh, this is so useful. So
see, man, like
you're gonna be frustrated. I'm telling you, you're gonna have a hard time at the boss fight if you're just like, oh, I just want to do this and use the cluster rockets as a crutch. I'm telling you, you have to use everything in your arsenal to beat this guy. And that's
I like that though. I think I like that. I think I like that.
It forces you to use the dash ability. It forces you to use the space jump ability. It forces you to use power bombs. It forces you to use ice rockets and cluster rockets, because ice rockets deal more damage than cluster rockets. Cluster rockets just make sure you're hitting the target. Makes you use your beam rifle. Makes you use the parry system. It makes you use everything. And I like that, because I hate.
Yeah, I like that too.
A bunch of abilities, and you only end up using half of them.
Yeah. I like that. I do like that. The parry system, it was introduced in Other M, but it's more prominent in the 2D realm with the 3DS remake of Samus Returns.
Yeah, Samus Returns.
Yes, and I didn't play that. So the parry system was new to me, and like Eknight said, it's just a lot of things are timing based, and it's like, again, you're in these like some of these boss fights like pretty hectic, and they're not like scripted like a Zelda boss fight would be. Like a Zelda boss is going to do the same kind of attacks the same time every time you fight them. It's like a pattern that you have to learn, and it's like, okay. But it's like, I've went in the rooms with a boss fight where it's like right off the gate, I'm getting the parry, the parry indicator, and it's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I didn't even do shit yet. It's like, you just have to be on guard and ready for everything at all times.
The patterns are not going to be consistent, but the move set for that boss is, and that's what you have to learn.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are frustrated with this, because I think older Metroids had that traditional, here's my phase 1 move set, here's my phase 2 move set, here's my final phase move set, and I do this. Or in this one, it's like, oh, we're gonna just throw a bunch of shit at you, and you have to be just ready for it.
Yeah. And then it's like, hey, remember that ability you got like not too long ago, but like long enough to where it's like the point where it's like you don't really like remember or use it in this type of way. Now you got to use, oh shit, you feel smart when you like figure it, but it's like it's frustrating, dog. This Metroid game is super fucking frustrating to the point where it's like it's just like fuck, dog. And it's like we'll bring this up again towards the the end of the podcast. We got a nice little discussion about shit like this. People keep saying it's like the Dark Souls of Metroid. Like, nah, shut the fuck up.
Metroid's always been kind of a hard thing.
Yeah, Metroid's always been difficult.
It's not a Dark Souls. I'm not even gonna call this Dark Souls, because Dark Souls system really relies on you, one, learning from your mistakes. Two, it involves you losing something every time you die. In this game, you just lose time, and that's it. Like, there's no difference. Like, it's just a regular game. I hate when people compare shit to Dark Souls, because that's considered the standard of hard games. In Dark Souls, like Dark Souls' own genre is literally it's its own thing. All right. Yeah. People say, "Oh, this is Souls-like." I'm like, no, it's not Souls-like. Just because there's a dodge roll and you die a lot doesn't mean it's fucking Souls-like.
Yeah, hell yeah. I just think this is definitely
like God of War. It's a hard game. Like the new one, it's a hard game, but it's not a fucking Souls game.
Yeah, definitely. I do like the boss fights for this game. Like Eknight said, it's just
hard.
It's definitely hard. It's definitely
hard.
hard.
It's not for everybody.
But once you overcome and you figure certain things out, you feel like really good, and you get that sense of clarity that the Dark Souls people be getting. Like
Dude,
they be like,
I
"Oh,
was
shit,
so
I feel good."
satisfied when I beat that last boss. It was such a satisfying feeling.
Yeah,
to
it
just
feels
go,
good.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I win. Fuck you. You're trash.
Yeah, it feels good.
Even though he bodied me like 800 times.
I'm gonna hold off on rating it until I beat the game. But I like it a lot. And if you're a Metroid fan,
and you're not there yet, there's a story beat that makes the rest of the fucking shit make more sense and make you hate the final boss. So when you get there, you'll know.
Okay.
You'll know.
All right, but that's enough for Metroid.
10 out of 10.
We both like it. I'm not gonna give you a score yet. I'm gonna wait till I beat it. Eknight really likes it. 10 out of 10. I think that's fair.
Rambo hasn't played it, so.
Yeah, Rambo hasn't played it, but Rambo has played. Rambo, you there?
Yes, sir.
Rambo has played another game that came out.
Yes,
Let them know how you feel about Call of Duty, man. Tell them about the campaign, multiplayer, and zombies briefly. Doesn't have to be too long. Give them a little scale of 1 to 10.
I'm gonna give you the campaign. I already mentioned this earlier. 10 out of 10. Why? Honestly, you think they can handle the truth, Blaze? You think they could handle where I'm gonna go at? Because I feel
try
like
to keep it spoiler free, but yeah.
I'm gonna I ain't gonna spoil the story, but I'm gonna add a little detail that I feel like now, you know what, it might be a little touchy for our viewers.
Bro, just say what you're about to say, man.
Shush.
Get it out the mouth.
No.
I don't think we said it, but we're talking about Call of Duty Vanguard.
Yeah. No, Call of Duty Vanguard campaign, again, 10 out of 10. I like how they went the story way beyond, like, just interesting. Different character background, diversity, race. Like, it was very interesting. Like, ain't your typical Call of Duty, oh, hey, we're gonna go Berlin and go kill some Germans. No, each individual characters has their own story background, and I like that a lot. And then they add a little racial, but not too harsh. But
I wish they went all in with that.
Now I'm sorry to cut you off. No, hold on.
They did it with Mafia 3, like shit.
Yeah,
they did it with Mafia 3.
Mafia 3,
brand safe shooter.
No, but look, I agree with Blaze. But again, I like how they did it. Like, just straightforward. I was like, damn. And it got me all hyped up. I was like, this is what I'm talking about. I don't like how certain games like kind of sugarcoat and half-ass that kind of shit. Like, no, give me the raw deal. Like, we know what we're going through out here in today's society. Like, it ain't nothing new to us. So give us something that nobody never expected. And that story really gave me like, wow, different, just a different way how to feel. Like, you just got to play the game, guys. I don't want to spoil the game, but just know that you're going to be playing different minorities from different background. Yeah. And the story is interesting. And I'm going to say this. I am playing the game on veteran, and that game is fucking hard right now, man. Kicking my ass. Yeah. I'm gonna leave campaign on the side. Multiplayer is very fun. Blaze, I don't know how long you've been playing multiplayer, but I know you've been playing that shit like all weekend long.
Yeah, I got like, I definitely got like almost 20 hours in a multiplayer.
I think I only got like maybe 2 to 3 hours. Just because, like, I don't know, like it was fun. Felt like what's it called, mix of World War II Call of Duty, like, and 2019 Modern Warfare, and it felt right. I liked it.
Tell me about the zombies, man. 'Cause, You got more of a forte in that. Tell them about the zombies, man. Tell them how you feel about their Anfang or whatever it's called.
Yo, look, listen. I'm gonna say this. Big disappointment. I'm fucking disappointed. All right, big disappointed. Zombie is trash in Vanguard. I hate to say it, it's trash. Just like there's no feeling to play zombie at all. Like the way how they did it is just like, man, like I could go back to play Cold War zombie. More fun, more fucking guns I could fucking use and more upgrades. Like this one is just bland. Like, oh, you go to point A to point B. Wow, cool. Did you go teleporting? Wow, cool. Like, but you have to stay in within like this little orb. If you step outside the orb, you start taking damage, and you get down, and you gotta follow it. And it's weird. It just didn't really feel fun. And they have that on Cold War, and I believe they updated that 2 weeks ago before Vanguard. All I can say is this: it's trash. I don't like it. Um, I went back to play Cold War. That's about it. Like, there's no story behind it at all, from what I understand. It just really lost my interest after I played first round. I quit too. Like, it was just boring. Upgrades, perks, barely see any of it. Just not really interesting at all. That's all I could say. I can't put more to it, but just to say it's a very, very, very big disappointment.
Overall, what would you give Call of Duty Vanguard on a scale of 1 to 10?
The scale 1 to 10, I would personally give it 7 out of 10.
Fair.
Just because, one, like, what that other 3% is that, or yeah, the other 3, because a zombie was big disappointed. Fucking, like, what the fuck? You have all this, but you fuck up zombie. You have Treyarch. Treyarch, how the fuck you get out? You know what? I don't even want to jump into it too much, but I'm gonna say is this: Treyarch, you are the one who made zombie back in the War at War. How the fuck you fucked this shit up? Like, this shit was just like bland, dirt, dry. Like, what the fuck? Like, I couldn't even have fun with it. Like, I got bored.
Maybe they're bored.
Man, that's them being lazy. I hate to say it. I went back to Cold War, had so much more fun than playing fucking Vanguard Zombie. I'm sorry. Overall, 7 out of 10. Multiplayer was good. The story was good. Zombie is trash. Until we come back to that bullshit, maybe in a few months they make it better. That's when you're gonna hear me. Yeah, Zombies Vanguard got a little bit better. But that's all I can say.
Okay. All right, I'm not going to talk too much about Vanguard because I'm going to make a post about it on IG and Twitter today. I'm actually doing a YouTube review for it. I'm going to be reviewing the entire game on YouTube. I'm going to give you in-depth, like 10, 20 minutes in-depth about the campaign, multiplayer, zombies. I haven't beat the campaign yet. I'm close to the end. I have not touched zombies because I'm not big on zombies.
Do it. Don't do it.
But I played it. I have to for the review. But I've played a shitload of multiplayer, and I'm gonna just speak on it real fast. Multiplayer is tight, dog. It's fucking tight. I probably like it a little bit.
I mean,
better than
like mostly the same as 2019 in Cold War.
Yeah. No, not Cold War. Modern Warfare. Same engine.
Well,
just
same engine, but
no, because Cold War had a totally different engine than this. Cold War was
Weird.
way more faster. You didn't have the tactical sprint. You slid far as shit. This game you basically get to pick 10 attachments on every fucking gun off the rip. The customization on the guns is super deep. All the way down to what rounds you shoot, what type magazine. You get to put 2 perks on it, and then you got your scope, muzzle, underbarrel, all that type of shit. The multiplayer is solid, really solid. I really like it. I was streaming it last night, and I kept saying like, all right, this is gonna be my last game, and I was like, I'm playing. I ended up playing for like another hour, just because I do. It's frustrating at times because again, you can tell they're doing the same shit they did with Cold War, same shit they did with Modern Warfare, where it's like they're trying to introduce a meta in a sense. The MP40 is fucking broken. The STG is fucking
broken.
The STG is like a fucking RNG gun. Like sometimes it wants to kill a dude in 3 shots. Sometimes it takes fucking damn near the whole clip.
Shit.
I do enjoy a lot of the guns. They're all viable, kind of like how they were in Modern Warfare. Before they introduced the meta for Warzone. Everything feels really good. The automaton is a good gun. The bar is a really good gun.
Is there a laser gun in zombies?
Not that I know of. I didn't get too far with that gun or any of it, man. I just got bored with zombies and Vanguard. That's all I'm gonna tell you, man.
The perks fucking kind of suck. But I think where the game shines the most is they've kind of paid attention to like little details of like what we've been kind of asking for in Call of Duty for a long time. So with multiplayer, they have like the whole tactical pace or the combat pacing. That's what they call it. It's called combat pacing, where you have 3 different types of pacing. You have tactical, assault, and blitz. And they basically give you a variety of just mayhem. So it's like, if you want a more concise, old school Call of Duty feel, 4v4 to 6v6, you pick tactical pacing. If you want kind of bigger in the middle, you know, more players, medium-sized maps. Sometimes it throws you in some like bigger maps. You pick assault pacing, which is like 8v8, 10v10. And if you just want fucking all out balls to the wall, like you're spawning next to motherfucking niggas and shit, you pick blitz. That's what I play. I play blitz. That's like 14 v 14, 18 v 18.
But on the map Rust.
Yeah, that'd be fucking lit. That'd be fucking lit.
Drop.
But the maps are decent. The maps are decent. I'm having a lot of fun with Vanguard. A lot more fun than I can say about the next game we're going to talk about briefly, and then we're going to get into the news articles. Because like I said, I'm going to be talking about Call of Duty straight on a YouTube video, so check that out. Blaze X Inferno on YouTube. I'm going to be doing a full review of Vanguard. I wish I would have bought the $100 version for Vanguard. Vanguard is because I want the battle passes, man. The fuck? I want the battle passes.
Man, you fucking waste that much fucking money. Oh my god!
I ain't gonna lie. I want the Polina skin a little bit. That Polina skin lit.
No, drop it. No, because you don't complete your fucking battle pass at all. You spend $20 fucking just to get a fucking gun, and you don't even.
I'm tier 72 right now on this battle pass. I might finish it. I might make it.
But season 6 battle pass, right?
It's it sucks.
Guess what? Guess what? Take a guess how.
100?
About to be.
All right. Enough of Call of Duty. We're gonna talk about that on YouTube. But I think Vanguard is better than the game I'm about to talk about that I wish was better than Vanguard. And that's Battlefield 2042. I got early access. I played maybe roughly 2 hours when the game would let me, because you know EA.
Yep.
Only 2 hours? Seriously?
Yeah, dog.
Shut down or something?
They shut down at 1 o'clock, or it was like 12 or 1 o'clock. The servers were just down for everybody.
All right, you guys are beta testing the servers. That's
basically.
$100, man.
I was in a match, right, and it's on the VOD on twitch.tv/BlazeXinferno if you want to check it out. But there's a guy in the text chat for the game. He was like, "Is finding a match in this game RNG or what?" And like some dude was like, yes. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, dog, it's like you literally got to keep trying to get a match. Because it's like it'll load up and they'll be like, sorry, persistent error, check your internet connection. It's like, bitch, I'm streaming. Like my internet's lit. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like it's just
it could also have been just day one. Bunch of people got on at the same time.
No, I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. It's a company called Electronic Arts, and they've been getting away with this shit since fucking Bad Company 2. Since fucking Bad Company 2, dog.
Okay,
like,
so explain.
Fix your fucking servers, dog. You're $1 billion company, and dog, come on, man.
All right, so Blaze, so let me ask you this: Are you saying this same company that represent Battlefield, not Battle,
Battlefront 2, Battlefront 2, yes,
Battlefront 2. Are you saying are they still using the same server?
Yeah.
The same software. That's what I'm saying for this server as we speak right now.
Probably so. They probably got the same fucking server from when fucking Medal of Honor 2010 came.
All right, hey, RIP to that game, okay?
RIP, but shit, man, like fix your fucking servers, man. Like this shit's bullshit, man. Like I said, I play Vanguard day one, and guess what? I had no issues.
Problem.
I had no issues.
Like on an existing platform, an existing live service.
No, you'd be surprised.
It piggybacks off of Warzone.
Anyway. Anywho.
Wait, so you only had issues with the server? No bugs or anything like that?
I had a couple bugs, but they're mostly like visual. Everything else, game runs smooth. It looks good. It's fun for the most part. It's fun when you're playing with like a squad. I was playing by myself and it was kind of fucking boring and shit.
Well, you got to do ghillie suit, man. You got to take recon and get a knife, and that's it. You just run around like
dog. I think one of my underlying problems is the maps are a little too big. They're a little too big.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I had a feeling.
I had a feeling.
And you'll see when you play some of these maps.
Are they too empty? That's the question.
Yeah, they're too empty. Yeah, because there's a lot of you just running, and then you're not paying attention. And you get torn the fuck up from the side, and like, damn, I see that squad right there, and it's just like.
So that was my fear for the that the maps would actually be too big.
Yeah, they're big as fuck. We need
more generalized buildings and not actually more complex buildings, because like in Battlefield 4 and 3 we had buildings and they were like, they all look the same throughout maps, right? They very rarely change that much, but they still had interiors and shit to hide in, and then they would collapse after a certain amount of damage. I noticed in the Battlefield 2042 beta that buildings don't collapse, at least the smaller structures. You blow a hole in them as much as you want. I don't know if that's for the final product, because a lot of shit was different in the beta than the final product. I haven't really looked at any gameplay, so I don't know, Derek, have you seen buildings collapse and shit at all? That aren't scripted.
They don't collapse. They just fucking.
They just have holes in them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's disappointing.
I'm not trying to say it, man, but it's. You'll see when you get to play. I think the best thing that I've tried so far, because I topic, because we got some other shit we got to talk about.
Yep.
And I really didn't play that much to be like, yo, this game fucking blows, don't buy it. I mean, it's just.
I think it's going to be good for a Battlefield game, but I don't think it's going to be everything that every single Battlefield person wants.
Yeah, I think the Portal definitely stands out, because Portal lets you literally play Battlefield Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 1942, literally with that engine, the guns from those games, the same movement from those games, same controls from those games, same maps from those games. I really like that. You literally get like 3 other games in one game. I like that. I like that. Yeah. Because 2042 is just man, I gotta see when I play with you guys, but like as of right now, it's like I'm gonna just wait until like next week or the week after.
I
Like play it.
haven't seen crazy amounts of backlash yet on the news feeds, so
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna be.
Shit, I seen a lot when them servers went the fuck down, dog.
Oh,
yo,
Yo,
I already
listen,
see. I already
that's to
seen
be
like
expected.
bad.
Angry Joe
review.
was mad.
Damn.
A couple
he's
other
always
gamers
mad.
were mad. Like these dog. It's just
that dude's always mad. What you mean?
there's a lot of
He's
people
angry.
mad. But we
His
gonna
first
get
name
off of this. We're gonna get off of this.
No, because what I'm trying to say is that like I haven't seen any like, oh, you know, this is broken, this is broken, this is broken, this is broken, like that type.
No, it runs pretty smooth. Like that's the thing. Like when you can get in a game,
Yeah,
it's somewhat enjoyable.
and that's my main concern, because if it's running smooth and it's not janky at all, shit like the beta was,
Yeah.
I think then we have a solid experience, and then they'll just have to mold it in the way the community sees fit. To be honest, I mean,
And I think there's room for that.
the Portal thing will probably satisfy a lot of people. I want to check out 2042's gameplay because it's new and you know that shit. And the only thing I don't like about it so far is the specialist system.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not a
Dog.
huge fan.
Oh, whoa. Now so I think about it, I did have a crazy ass glitch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now so I think about it, it's on my stream too. If you guys, I actually might put it on YouTube as like a little skit.
Yeah.
But I could not access my loadouts for one game. The whole game, I literally was stuck with a DMR.
Damn.
I couldn't use. I would go to the screen to change my classes and shit like that, and it would just be a blank box, like just blank. It was crazy. It's just EA fix the shit, man. Fix the shit, because I want it to be good. I do not want another Battlefront 2 experience with this game where I play it, I try to like it, and I don't like it, and then I put it down. Please just make this game good. Make it good, because there's a lot of potential for it to be great. But we're going to get off of this because, like I said, I'm not even qualified to talk about it like that because I only play like 2-3 hours of it. But I just want to give you kind of some first impressions. Let's get into the news articles real fast because we've been talking for about an hour, but I don't really care. We're just going to run through some of these articles we got. Apex Season 11 started. Have any of you guys played it?
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah, they introduced Ash as a new legend. She's pretty lit.
She's apparently just Wraith, but a lot better. And I've seen her in action. Her Q is really strong. Her ult's pretty good. I wish you could actually damage people that were close by it because it's
Really.
I wish you can't. It's a giant sword. She cuts into the fabric of reality, makes another portal. Other players can use it. Other people can use it. It's exactly like Wraith's ability, but a lot better.
Is she more so like teleport from a far distance?
It basically teleports you, yeah. Wraith's ability, you have to run from point A to point B, and you have to use your Q to be unshootable, whereas in Ash's ability, it's basically both those abilities at the same time. It's a lot faster, and I think it has a longer range, or about the same range.
Yeah?
Yeah. Her Q is literally an electric ninja star that tethers people to it.
Yeah.
It's really annoying mid-fight, and it can fuck you over really bad.
Yeah, I bought her, so
Yeah.
and then her passive is pretty lit too. The
She
death
can
box
track
thing.
people based on their kills, so she
Yeah.
can hunt down
Really?
the leader pretty easily. Yeah.
God
She owns a
damn.
death box. She can track your location.
What the fuck?
Mhm.
I don't know how it works specifically because I don't have her and I haven't.
Oh,
played with her enough.
it's how long ago it was. It was like a long. If they're no longer rated of the death box,
Yeah.
it won't ping them. But if they're still in the area and you ping the death box, it'll ping them for like. I think you
But
could
it
do
shows
it once
you a
per
visual
box.
thing on your map.
Once
or-
per box.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Once per box. Yeah.
It's like a jackal tracker from CD.
Mhm.
It's you just ping the death box, and if they're nearby, it'll be like, oh, they're over here. And then
of your
happens once. We
your
just got out of
comrades?
yeah. So me, Julio, and another guy I played Apex with. we just got out of like a long fourth party fight. We barely survived. We were loading up, and then we got rushed by the Ash. She pinged our death box, and we basically got tracked the entire time until we died. And we had no ammo, and he had no shields or anything. We just got torn up the shit. She's definitely gonna be. She's one of the stronger legends right now. So I can honestly see her getting a nerf, at least with her Q.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So this ping box, let me get this straight. Once she ping you, it's pretty much all
So
over.
anybody you've killed in the past, if you're still close by in that area and she finds that death box, she does the passive things, kind of like when you go up to the recon, John, and pings the next location of the ring.
Yeah.
It just does that, but for you, and it's for anybody who's been killed recently. So you go up death box, hit E or F or whatever fucking button prompts you with.
Okay, I see. It's like a booby trap type of thing. Okay.
Yeah, and no, it's not a booby trap. And
No. It's like what I'm trying to say is, so let's say it's a random box or random death box that I found, and I'll just like set up a trap for you, and I'm like, all right, I know somebody's gonna go to that box.
No, it's the opposite, Harry. You got that all fucked up.
I thought that's how it is.
So let's say you were in a squad.
Yeah.
You just wiped a squad, and then you looted, and then you fucked off somewhere. She can come up after that fight, see that squad's death box, go to any one of them, hit F or whatever fucking prompt it comes up, tracks you who just killed those people, and and then pings it for her on either the map or like a visual ping, like a bloodhound ping, nearby, and she can track you with that.
For the whole entire game.
But for it to work, A, you have to be still alive. B, you have to be close enough for it to work. Which I don't know the range of it yet.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't have the stats on hand right now. But point being, she's a strong legend to have. She's also fucking mean as shit in her dialogue. So, you know, it's basically just female Revenant. Just shit talking everybody at all times. It's great.
How you feel about the new map?
Yeah, I like the new map. It's got more environmental hazards than the other ones. Like you have those dogs from Titanfall's campaign, the wolf lizard dog things. You also have spiders. Killing them killing them drop loot. And you're more often get regular loot, but it's a good source of like, you know, getting like ammo and shit. Like if you don't have something, they can probably provide it for you. You just have to kill them. They're not hard, but they can catch you off guard, and they can alert people to your location because they'll hear you fighting. So it's pretty much of a, do I sneak past these guys because I'm weak, or do I go for the kills to get the extra loot? You know, type of situation.
Shoot,
they got the gravity cannons. They got
gravity cannons. I like, however, they need to have it to where you have more control in the air, because there's been situations where it will literally launch you off the map if you're not careful.
So
shit, you seen Loba shit?
Damn.
I mean, what haven't I seen?
You seen the Loba shit where you could basically use her ability to throw the little disc. So when you get launched by the gravity cannon, you back is like kind of like a reset to throw like a team off real fast.
Yeah. That works. Yeah, I've seen that. That's great.
That's fucking lit, dog. I was like, yo.
Well,
now, so let me ask you, the new operator. Do you think, like within time, she's gonna be nerfed?
She's gonna get a nerf.
Yeah,
I feel like she'll get a nerf. I think it'll either have to do with how long her Q cooldown is, or how long you're tethered.
Yeah, it's just the tether that they're gonna probably balance out.
She only gets one. Crazy. It's not like she's throwing like a bunch out. She gets one, so it's not like she's totally out of balance.
Yeah, and she got to be very
really good in a coordinated squad.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So like I can see her pairing well with like she pairs well with a lot of people. All she really does is stop you from moving. And with what's her name's new buff, Rampart's new buff, where she can carry her LMG around, she stops someone from moving. You can line up a shot with her, and basically her ultimate just wrecks you. So Rampart, her, pairing her with any legend that is zone control, like Bangalore, Gibby, Caustic. Who else? Maybe even Valkyrie.
Seer.
Ooh, yes,
No,
Valkyrie is
she'll
my
work
baby.
well with Seer, but Seer's in Intel mostly. But her ability to just snare you for like 10 seconds, trapping you into like Caustic can just toss down a gas trap on top of you or his ultimate on top of you, and you can't get out for like 10 seconds. I think you can shoot her trap, but mid fight you have to realize you're snared, and I think they need a better visual and auditory cue to tell you that you're snared. Like even if they have text that comes up, it's like snared, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm snared. And then that means I turn around, shoot the thing, and get out.
Yeah.
But they need to work on that. I think
How
that's
you
like
feel-
my criticism about it so far.
How do you feel about the new gun, the car SMG?
It's okay.
That
It's-
shit's lit. That shit's
it's okay.
busted.
It's interesting in its own right.
Yeah, because you get to use 2 different ammo types with it.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part about it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can carry around 3 guns essentially.
Yup.
Ooh.
Light ammo does less damage for it, but essentially, I think I think that's the trade-off. Light ammo shoots faster, less damage. Heavy ammo shoots slightly slower, more damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
still
exactly
just
what
that.
it is.
But
Wait,
compared,
this is the new update, right? This is
Yeah.
like
so
I'll
the
say you-
car in Titanfall was basically the go-to SMG
yeah, I
because it
remember.
kills you really fast.
Yep.
In this game, it does shred your shit, but again, it's Apex, so you have shields, so you're less likely to die in like a nanosecond. I like it. It can use any attachment for light guns or heavy guns. So if you get a heavy
Mhm.
ammo mag or a light
Yeah.
ammo mag, you can use either or.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. I don't think it
But
matters.
only for the ammo type. Yeah, it's
Is it
when
only
you-
for the ammo type?
Yeah, because I had
Okay.
a heavy mag in there and I switched over to the light ammo, and it was
Mhm.
just a regular magazine.
Okay.
And it just
So-
puts the heavy mag in your inventory.
Oh, so it automatically swaps and equips.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, we could carry 3 guns now or nah?
No, it's technically you got 2 guns in one. Is what he's saying, because it
Okay.
shoots 2 different ammo,
Ammo
types.
type. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can carry. So it's like so you have 2 guns in one. So it's basically like having 3 guns, but that's for you to balance your inventory out. So if you want to carry sniper rifle around with this thing, it'd probably be a better
Oh,
option.
that's actually lit.
But it makes it also scavenging for ammo a lot easier because it doesn't matter what ammo type, as long as you have ammo for the gun, you just have to switch it manually. That's it. You just hit
So-
B, it switches the ammo type. You just do a reload animation.
Oh, so it
Mhm.
just so there's a button for it. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's nice. So it takes 2 different types.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Not bad. I'm gonna have to get back on Apex now.
Yeah, check
Yeah.
that out. Apex Season 11, man. It's pretty lit. I streamed it last week, or not last week, the week before last week. It was pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good. But let's move on to the next topic. We got an article from that I read from Engadget. They basically are saying that, well, Ubisoft is saying that Assassin's Creed Infinity won't be a free-to-play game. And I don't know if you guys remember or listened to a podcast, maybe about 10 podcasts ago. We talked about Ubisoft wanting all of their IPs going forward to be free-to-play. And they're saying that Infinity won't be free-to-play. So that kind of ensures players that we won't get that super over-the-top microtransaction experience. But of course, there's gonna be microtransactions in it. But it's not gonna be super over the top, what you expect from like a freemium game. What's this doing for you guys, man? What's this doing? Assassin's Creed Infinity is you're gonna have to pay for it. You're gonna have to pay for it and then buy microtransactions on top of it. How you feel about that?
Why? You know what? I'm gonna say this. Why Assassin's Creed? What? Matter of fact, Ubisoft. We're Splinter Cell, yo.
I
Yeah.
don't think you want Splinter Cell from Ubisoft right now. I don't think you want that because Ubisoft has been fucking up lately. It's like I want them to get humbled real fast. I'm gonna say it on the podcast. I want them to get humbled real fast. Frontline is just only the beginning. I think they need to be humbled, and I think they need to be kind of hurt. You know, again, gamers need to start.
Kind of hurt? You mean they should be hurt?
No, I think gamers need to, like I said in the beginning of the podcast, be, you know,
Enlightened.
yeah, exactly.
Like, just not be like, oh, hey, we don't like this. Well, that's, this also kind of falls into the other thing that is happening recently. YouTube trying to get rid of the dislike button.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, YouTube.
Well, it might work out on other platforms. I feel like it's a mistake here because honestly, there's some people who look at a game and go, oh, that's cool, that seems interesting. And, if they see a dislike ratio higher than the like ratio, like in that Ubisoft trailer for their Battle Royale for Ghost Recon, I feel like they'll be like, oh, why do people don't like this? And they'll go in the comments section and look at it. Because I don't really think, like, at least when I watch YouTube, I don't always read the comments. I just watch the video and then I'm like, all right, I watched the video, cool. And then I go to the next one. I don't really always engage in discussion. But I feel like if you want to know why this video is getting dislike bombed and you personally don't have a reason to understand why it doesn't, because maybe you're not a gamer or maybe you never played this type of game before, so you're like trying to understand it. Comment section usually reveals all of why people don't like a thing. But for you to even protect their investment, well, maybe, I don't know, but for you to even initiate that train of thought, I feel like having looking at the likes and dislikes is one of the first things you see is important to go, oh, why do people like this? Or, oh, why do people dislike this? And have it only regulated to creators to look at it is kind of shitty. Because YouTube is more variety based rather than like, if you like something or you don't like something on other platforms like an Instagram, you just heart it or you don't. Like, not really, I don't really see. I'm not looking for how to tie my tutorials on Instagram or anything like that. And I know Facebook got rid of the dislike button, but they also added in a bunch of other emotes that are basically substituted for it, like being angry about it. And shit. Yeah, they have like surprised, crying, angry.
No, I didn't know they had a dislike button.
I prefer Facebook system more because it gives you a better idea of what the person actually likes about it. Like if it made them laugh, if it made them mad, if it made them sad. I feel like if YouTube were to do that system, it would probably help creators better. But hiding dislikes from the audience doesn't help the community grow.
No, it does not.
And more than likely, rather than just disliking it, because they're doing it for creators' mental health.
Oh.
If they, instead of just disliking it and being like, all right, I didn't like it, they're more likely to get more hate in the comments. I feel like if you go through the comments, like if that had same trailer drop for Ubisoft, and I couldn't dislike it, I'd probably drop a comment and be like, yo, this shit is garbage, right?
Yeah.
And smaller YouTubers are gonna read those comments more often. So I mean, this might be a garbage take. I don't know. It's just how I'm thinking.
No, it's definitely worth bringing up on the podcast.
I'm thinking maybe if you dislike it and that's all you do, it's less hurting mentally to smaller creators or the emotions of giant corporations, whatever you want to say, than receiving extra vitriol in the fucking comment section, which we all know YouTube's comments are usually garbage. So if it's not upbeat positive shit, it's usually just people shitting on whatever the fuck they can shit on.
Yes sir.
So you might have more vocalization in the comments.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's basically two articles in one, because I forgot to add that. But I got two more articles and then we done. One of them is just kind of a announcement. Jump Force. Jump
I
Force.
heard about this.
Yeah, Jump Force is done. Any sales of the full game, DLC, and virtual currency for the PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Nintendo Switch on was that
I believe it was
February 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah, February 8th. So you'll no longer be able to buy digital or physical. Like 4 years ago.
Okay, so it
been
had
out
a standard fighter.
Yeah. Because I remember.
They're not doing a second one or anything like that. And I'm assuming
Maybe, I don't
down
know.
the servers too.
Yeah, they're shutting down the servers in August.
Okay, so this. I don't get this.
Why would they want to do that when it's so popular? If I heard,
It's not.
Really.
It's not
People hate
popular.
Jump Force.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
it considered like I like the characters in the fighting game thing. I think it's awesome that you can just fight shonen characters, but at the same time, maybe the gameplay is just bad.
Yeah, the gameplay's kind of. I played it over on Bird's house before. Like it's the combat's kind of corny. It's
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, it's kinda
it
corny.
doesn't stand out. It's just standard.
Yeah,
type shit.
it's corny, man.
Yeah,
It's corny.
a lot of people come for the characters, but they stay for the gameplay. So like,
Yeah.
That's a shame.
yeah, like what is it? Ultimate Ninja Storm, had all the Naruto characters in it. It's a Naruto fighting game, but it was popular not because like of Naruto, but because like of how you fought in the arena. Like you move around the map freely.
Yeah, the gameplay for that was lit.
Yeah, so like, if they just copied, Jump Force, and then there was another game that did something similar to it.
Xenoverse, Dragon Ball Z. They're basically like the same thing where let me explain the combat.
You just run around the map and then just fight.
Yeah, you run around the map and you hold down the trigger, and then what the trigger does is it gives you 4 buttons that you push, either X, circle, square, triangle. You push that button and it does a certain attack. So instead of doing like combos and shit, you just simply push a button and it does the combo for you.
That's Smash Brothers.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like it.
That doesn't make sense for a 3D fighter.
Yeah.
Like that. Like it makes sense for a platform fighter like Smash Brothers, but it doesn't make sense for this.
Yeah,
This is like a fighter, like,
If you want to pick the game up, you're
shutting down the servers. How am I supposed to dust people's ass online if I can't find no people?
You buy it, you put it in the tuck. Yeah, I mean, you put that game in the tuck, it might be worth something in a couple years.
Yes. Here, you guys can't get this game no more. It is worth $30 more than what I originally paid for, which was $20.
Wow.
So the release date price is like $50-$60.
All right. That was just the announcement anyway. I don't play, but I just wanted to put it on there. My final article is just kind of a LOL for me and for y'all, really.
Yeah.
GTA trilogy. It's fucking fucked up. It's fucking fucked up. They number one. All right, on PC they had to pull it because it doesn't work. The fucking Rockstar launcher is fucking broken. All right, and then even if you do get to play it, all right, GTA San Andreas, let's just say this, when it rains, it fucking pours, dog, and you can't see a fucking thing, dog.
That's great. I love that.
So it's like they remastered the rain.
Rains.
It's fucked up, man. Like it's a shame. It's a shame, but they're gonna fix it. I know they're gonna fix it.
Man, can I say something, man? Like, I hate these kind of announcements. I really do. It's like, damn, we expect this, but god damn.
No. You don't expect that. You expect the game to fucking work, man.
Yes, but what I'm saying is like, all right, so we get what they told us about this like a month ago, 2 months ago, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, we're gonna release it in 2 months. It's like, damn, all right.
Yeah.
But this is the problem I always got with developers and publisher in general. It's just like take your time, man.
Here's
Like,
the problem, Harry. It's usually not the dev's fault. It's usually the publisher that rushes shit out, and the dev
yeah,
has
but this is the shit that
I
like
don't think
what
that's the
they
issue,
get a
dog.
backlash,
no.
man.
I
This
don't.
is the problem.
Yeah,
I
You
don't
get
think that's the
backlash
issue.
with this though. That just like getting backlash, like, oh man, you guys fuck up this game, like Cyberpunk, for example, Ghost
But
Recon
Rambo,
Breakpoint. I'm just
Cyberpunk
saying.
was an example of poor communication. It is a perfect storm of bullshit that happened.
Oh
But
man.
when I'm talking about like don't give the devs too much shit, the people that work on
Yeah.
the game, is because often they're just following the orders of the higher ups, which
Oh.
are their top level managers who are communicating with the publishers. The publisher says, "I want this game to release tomorrow," and it's like half finished. They're forced to fucking release it as it is, and they
Yeah.
always bear the brunt of the backlash, even though it's not ultimately it doesn't come down to their decision to release the game. Like,
and
there's plenty of devs on Cyberpunk that wanted to delay the game to work on it more. Like,
and I think for this scenario, it's a little different than what Rambo is saying. Like, oh, take your time. I think because Rockstar does this. This is Rockstar's forte, is to like not talk about something fucking years and be like, oh yeah, and it comes out and it's fucking certified gold, fucking 11 out of 10, this, that, and the third. I think they've been working on this remaster for a long time, long time, because I've been hearing rumors about a San Andreas remake for eons, dog. So it's like they probably been working on this for a while. It's just one of those things, like, you know, bugs happen, things suck, you know, these developers don't really beta test the way they used to, where it was like people come to work, play the game for a fucking living. It's more so like people code it, people put it out, goes through alpha, goes through beta, people test it out, see if certain mechanics work. Okay, cool, it's ready to be
yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially with a game like this, because there's no physical copies of it, it's all digital. So it's
plus
I kind of miss those.
there might
things,
also be the
though.
possibility that they just reskinned the original shit.
Yeah,
well,
that
that's
too.
what they did.
But no, what I'm saying is this: what you just mentioned, Blaze, about like people actually come to work and play the game and see there's no bugs. You're right; they don't really do that no more, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah, we do it for them.
Yeah,
And pay for it. We pay for it.
we pay for the price. They
Case in
just
point, fucking Battlefield, bro.
look. We ain't gonna talk about Battlefield.
No,
even
I'm
though
just saying, like, I really did pay extra money just to get into that beta a little earlier.
I don't know,
Like,
man. I just feel like nowadays, like, developers don't really put much effort like they used to. And look, yes, you could come at me like, oh, well, you know,
I mean,
like what
like,
you said. Yeah,
it
the
really,
higher ups.
again,
Yeah, you're
it really
right.
depends. It really depends on a lot of factors. If it's a new studio and the developers are in complete control and the game comes out and is fucking dog water, then yeah, it's on them. But if it's like Battlefield, where it's like, oh, that shit ain't ready yet, oh shit, or like it's like fucking, you know, they're like, just get it out, it doesn't matter. But like our zombies mode still doesn't make any sense and it needs a story. Just get it out, fuck it, you know, we just need this for the Warzone update, you know.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
like certain features are gonna get cut. Like, that's kind of why I was sad and happy at the same time when I heard like Forge and Co-op weren't launching with Halo Infinite, because it's like, I'd rather have something that works than
Something that is broken and
something that's just terrible and leaves me with a negative experience.
Broken.
And because a lot of people, that first initial negative experience usually ruins the games for them, and they don't come back till like way later. And it's like, you want the best positive experience for your launch. So like, either you cut content that you can't get right away because it's not working properly, or you throw it in there with the hopes that maybe it'll work properly, and maybe they won't notice, which is, you know, at this point, day and age, the gamers notice everything. All right, nooks, crannies, and shit. Like, we fucking get our money's worth. And
Social
hope that hope that broken mechanic doesn't break something else in your game, which 9 times out of 10 it does. So like, as far as this fucking shit is going, like they're releasing 3 separate games in one package all at once. I really don't think they took their time on it. I think they had a reasonable amount of time to do the remaster and shit.
Yeah.
But I don't think they took their time on it. I think this is 100% a cash grab.
And rushed, like just straight off the ass rushed. Like
I don't think it was rushed, but I don't think it was ready when it's ready type of
Yeah,
to me, I feel like it.
sense.
Like to me, I feel like it was rushed.
Development time, but it's again 3 giant open world games with vastly like different mechanics.
Mhm.
You gotta. It's like, okay, so like Master Chief Collection, when that came out, it was garbage, right?
Yep, we all remember that.
On there, they all didn't work. Or 4 games. ODST wasn't in there yet, but
Not yet. Later on.
yeah, but you had 4 mainstay franchises, and there were bugs that weren't even in the original game. Like I would see vehicles moving around in Halo 3's multiplayer on the old footage of the MCC shit, and they weren't occupied at all. So like those types of bugs, you have like 3 different engines for San Andreas, Liberty City, all that shit. Like, and you only gave that shit 3 years of development time, even for a remaster. That seems not enough time for it to be polished when it comes out.
Okay, and like again, that's why I said I felt like it was a rush for them. And yes, you could say it was a cash and grab. You're right. So it's like in reality, it's a cash and grab, and it's also rush. They didn't really have that time. That 3 years. You're right. They didn't really have that time. It is three games, big worlds. Yeah, I feel like, put that time in and like give them another year, 4 years in. Yeah, maybe they would have got the game right. But like you said, cash and grab. But what I'm saying, it was a rush too.
Because a lot of studios and publishers will just republish the same fucking game over and over and over again. Like case in point, Skyrim Anniversary. They're like the 9th time. Hey guys, we don't have new games. Skyrim.
It's like, what the fuck?
Hey, yo, chill.
Hey, man. Hey, we're just saying, man.
Skyrim Special Edition was probably like the only excuse, because I was like, oh, they're just gonna polish up graphics and then make it easier for modders now. Anniversary literally breaks mods. It breaks a lot of mods.
Yeah, it does.
Because they have to come up with a whole new. They changed a bunch. They changed the compilers. They changed everything. So like, you could have left the game the way it is, added those DLCs in the collection club, and been done with it. But no, they have to re-release the game, which is full $60 price if you don't already have special edition.
No, it's not. It's $50.
Oh, fuck that.
No, it's $40. It's $40.
$40.
It's $40. It's $40. It's $40. $39.99.
Plus tax.
Which I'll buy over 3 games. They came out almost 2 fucking decades ago.
$45 on the next gen consoles. $50 on past gen consoles. Wait, no, that's the Switch version. No, Skyrim Anniversary is $50.
Oh,
okay.
Shit. Yeah.
For PS4.
God damn, man.
PS5, because maybe there's a $10 increase. No, it's still $50.
Not surprised, man.
But yeah, man.
$20 upgrade on Steam if you have special edition.
This kind of segues into, because this podcast is getting kind of thick, boy.
Shit. Yeah.
It's always thick. I don't know why you're trying to make it short.
I know. We always sit here. We're like, yo, we're not gonna.
And that's a lie.
That's the point of the podcast, is to kind of go off the rails for certain topics.
It is. Yeah. But now we're going to talk about what kind of Eknight brought up in the beginning of the podcast again, because it was a good conversation, and it kind of leads into what I wanted to discuss deeply in this podcast. I really wanted to talk about this, and it's a word I like to throw around a lot. It's called gameplay loops. You know what I mean? Every game has a gameplay loop. You may not notice it because that loop appeases to you. Like, let me give you an example. Like a game like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The gameplay loop is basically go here, do this, get better gear, level up, get more skills. That's it. Go to the next region, do it all over. You know what I mean? It's a little bit harder. Maybe a new enemy appears, maybe this, maybe that, but it's 9 times out of 10, it's 80 hours of you doing the same thing, the same loop, over and over and over and over and over again. If you like that type of loop, you're more than likely to go and visit another game that shares that same loop. Another game that's kind of like Assassin's Creed Valhalla would be like Far Cry 6. Again, go to an area, get better loot. Well, not loot, but get better gear. Better upgrade your guns, level up, go to the next area, do the same thing, rinse and repeat. Gameplay loops like Battle Royale, again, is another gameplay loop. Bunch of you guys drop down, who can be the one, last team standing. It's a gameplay loop.
Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Yeah,
Division.
every game has a gameplay loop. What I wanted to bring up more so is damn, I'm talking so motherfucking fast and so goddamn loud, and I kind of fucking forgot. Kind of lost my train of thought a little bit, a tad bit.
What are you talking about? Difficulty?
Not so much difficulty, but it's like, okay, we now live in this world, right? Like you said, where, like I said, gamers are more socially conscious. We're more aware of what's being given to us, especially with, the internet and, YouTube and people just kind of doing multiple things. Most gamers, game reviews started being like a big thing, maybe like 2007, 2008
in general, because like G4 existed. So
yeah.
You got game reviews through them.
It was because G4, you already know when they're coming.
Yeah,
but now you have more so a thing like, because it's the best example. It's the best example in this type of scenario.
What?
What did you hear? Did I cut out or something?
Yeah, you cut out for me.
Yeah.
Oh, my fault. It's because I'm moving my mic. I'm gonna use Call of Duty as an example because it's the best example I can use in this scenario. All right.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Call of Duty is a game that people love to hate. They love to make content for it, hating on it because that type of content is popular. Another game that shares that same type of scenario is a game maybe like Fallout 70. People who've never played Fallout 76 were all of a sudden experts in making videos about Fallout 76 because it was popular. It drew in views, and it just kind of misconstrued things. A lot of it was right, a lot of it was wrong. It was just kind of more so for you to just kind of do your research, I guess. If you were just somebody who was on the outside, never played that game, it's a little easier for you to understand what's wrong, what's right. But Call of Duty is like one of these things where you either love it, you hate it. And people looking on the outside, looking in, always look at it like, another annual game. How could they buy this? Blah, 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 blase, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? It has a gameplay loop that people love to come back to over and over and over. Every year. I think they need to stop doing it every fucking year, but they're not going to stop doing it every fucking year. That's never going to happen. We're getting a Call of Duty every year for the rest of our lives. That's just going to happen.
Pretty much.
I mean,
the
maybe.
point of this conversation is basically what Eknight said when we were talking about COD earlier is, or we were talking about Breakpoint.
Are you talking about how, like, if we were younger and not more aware, we wouldn't care as much.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, this is true. A lot of kids don't, even nowadays, don't care. They'll just hear what popular YouTuber says about X, Y, and Z and follow that usually, and not ever play the game themselves or change their mind completely because of that. But as far as gameplay loops in general, this is why I praised Metroid, because they did change their loop. They changed it, and it's refreshing. It's the same style game, same style gameplay.
Yep.
The boss fights are what changed.
Yeah.
The unique what's it called, the like how they all have a move set, but the move set's random. It's not predictable, right?
Yep.
So like, yeah, sure, you know, going into a boss fight first time around, you're like, oh, he's just gonna attack me with this, and that'll be this phase. No, instead he's gonna hit you with this, he's gonna hit you with that, or he'll hit you with that and then hit you with this. Like he'll use his claw and then he'll use missiles, or and then, you know, like
Yeah.
it makes it refreshing. It keeps boss fights interesting and not like boring when you go to play through it again. It's something a lot of other games that have these style of bosses with phases should have, and it's something that all games need to do eventually. Like Halo is a prime example of something that changes its gameplay loop on a yearly basis. Or
Yeah.
not yearly, or a launch release basis. Halo 1 CE, big open maps, standard gunplay, standard jump, jog, walk, pick up weapons, power-ups, right? Halo 2, dual wielding, hijacking is added to that gameplay loop, and it changes the way the game plays completely. You have the battle rifle now. Weapons don't have as much what's it called? Ammo as CE did. There's more vehicle variety in the map. There's more focus on smaller maps and larger maps separately. Halo 3 comes out. You throw in equipment. You still have dual wielding, but it's like more weapons to dual wield. Some guns that were dual wieldable in 2 are now primary weapons. They also add in like what's called turrets being dismounted, just forge, theater, things that change the gameplay loop almost completely, but it's still at its core Halo. And you have 4, it comes in and it just basically takes Call of Duty and shoves it in Halo's skin, or yeah, basically, and tries to completely change the game for what it is. That's a poor example of changing a gameplay loop to refresh it. So what Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 did was take the original Modern Warfare gameplay loop, add a few new things, but keep the original design. And that's what made 2019 popular again, right? Same thing with Halo Infinite. It's taking the core design of the original Halos and adding a few new things, but making sure that the core design, the core things that made Halo are present, pronounced, and not in the background. All right.
Yeah.
So that's an important thing for gameplay loops in general. When you have Ghost Recon, Wildlands and its gameplay loop is go here, kill people, do the Sam Fisher mission, and just explore the world. And then the gameplay loops to make it more like Destiny in the sequel for Breakpoint. That's a problem. You change it
exactly.
drastically. So like I get what you're saying. Like that's like Call of Duty's gameplay loop 2019 was perfect. The problem is that their yearly launch comes out every fucking year. It's the same issue with kind of like with Vanguard. They tried to change it up with Cold War, but I think they fucked it up over there. It's just you just get more of the same shit, and some people love that, and that's fine. But some people want to see it change slightly.
I agree.
But
I agree.
Let me interject on this. But
go for it, because I talk too much.
No. You said all the right things. You literally said all the right things, because I agree with you. I feel like Call of Duty, at its core right now, is A lot of people say this about these Call of Duty games. Ever since Warzone came out, well, ever since Cold War changed the meta for Cold War, for Warzone, these yearly releases are basically simulations to help you level up your guns faster. So then when the Warzone update comes out the second, that involves all the World War II shit for Vanguard, you'll have all your guns leveled up, you'll have all your gear leveled, ready to go. You're ready to run up in there, with your STG fully maxed out, gold camo, fucking laser on the side, all that shit. And I think that's where people get the gameplay. The gameplay loop is introduced twofold, because now the battle royale people have something else to cling on to. Same thing with the zombie people. If you like zombies, you may like battle royale, you may like multiplayer. It's all seamless. So I can level my guns up in zombies, I can level them up in multiplayer, and I can bring them in Warzone and level them up there.
Yeah.
And that's just the gameplay loop.
Yeah.
Just like
it's a broader one is what you're
pretty much.
What I want to bring up is, a game like Dark Souls or a game like Bloodborne. They all play the same.
Yeah.
They have the same. They don't play the same, but they have the same.
They have their own
concept.
unique loop, but the core tenets of the Souls genre is it's a hard game, but there is always a way you can beat it.
Yep.
It's hard but fair.
I feel like their gameplay loop is desired by a lot of people. Bloodborne was a game that I really liked. That was like the one Souls game I actively always give it a try, just because I love the world. I think Yharnam is really lit. I think the little story that they got going on is really good. It's actually to me, it focuses on the lore more than like Dark Souls 1 did, because I only played Dark Souls. I think I played Dark Souls 3. I think that was Dark Souls 3 I played. I don't know. I just know that
Dark Souls 3.
I just know that gameplay loop is desired, and now I think that, because we seen it with Star Wars. What was that game? The one that came out like 2 years ago.
The
Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Fallen Order. Yeah.
You seen it with Fallen Order, that it was trying to kind of mimic that type of
Yep.
Good game, by the way.
Game loop. Yeah, it's a good game, but it was trying to like focus on that game loop, because I think a lot of these developers are starting to see, because of the success that From Software gets, they have such a loyal fucking fan base that it's just like, you know what I mean?
Well, because they don't deliver shitty products.
Exactly.
They don't overhype their products. They show you what it is, and they're like, here you go.
Like I'm gonna say it
is new for them because it's an open world. It's not
linear
experience. Like Souls is technically an open world RPG, but all the routes are linear. So you're like going in a straight line. So the combat is tailored to each specific route, whereas an Elden Ring is supposed to be more open world, giving you more options for combat. So like this is a new first for them. So this could also become like, it could release and it could be shit for all we know. Which is why I think I don't think so. They send out alpha testing emails and shit for it.
Yeah.
So I don't really know till launch, but
I'm gonna put it on wax. I think I'm gonna pick up Elden Ring because it looks good from what I saw. Again, like I always said, I've always had mad respect for the Souls games. They just were never they're never for me, because I'm a limited time person as is. I don't have time to just be stuck on the same thing for long periods of time. And it's like, all right, that's it. I gotta go to work. I finally beat the guy, but now I gotta go to work. I like to feel like I'm progressing, going somewhere. Like, all right, I hit a couple levels. I got some new gear. All right, I can save it here and boom, I'm out the door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why the Souls games and like Metroid, like when Julio said in the Discord the other day, like, oh, it doesn't interest me anymore. I kind of felt him with that. Like it's like
Yeah.
Metroid. I don't have the time for that right now. I don't have the time to be. All right, is this the right way? Is
Well, I
this
think-
no? This isn't the right way. Let me go back to here.
I
Oh wait,
think-
this isn't it either. Let me.
I think a lot of that has to do with the overall mechanics of Metroid versus the actual like time sync, because you two have two different schedules.
Yeah. Of
He
course.
has a lot more time to play these games than you do.
Yeah.
And that's probably what he's getting at, is more or less the mechanics of Metroid versus having time to play Metroid.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to speak for him. I'm just speaking
Yeah.
like when he said that, I'm like, damn, I feel him.
Yeah.
I feel him on that because it's like, you know, we all work jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got multiple things that I'm doing, you know, gym, Twitch, work,
Yeah,
10,
yeah.
you know, 10 hours, 8 hours, whatever I do that day. You know, I don't have time to sit there and basically have to backtrack 15 minutes, 20 minutes over and over again. I like to feel like I'm getting somewhere. So that's why like Souls games, they like never did it for. That gameplay loop to me is like completely undesirable. Like
Yeah, yeah.
completely like
Because you
from-
basically get sent back to square one.
yeah, exactly. Like I want to feel like I'm getting somewhere. I don't want the overall sensation of like, yes, I did it. It's more so like I want to feel like, all right, I did it. I got somewhere. All right, I hit a couple levels today. You know, my gear's looking good. All right, I can close the game out, go to work, feeling like I got somewhere.
Yeah.
Not feeling like, all right, I almost had him this time. I understand the timing. I understand this. I gotta wait for this, do this. Like, I don't have time for that. That does not appease to me. And I've dealt with 2 Dark Souls people in the same week, and we had the same conversation where it was just like, oh, if it's not hard, if it's too hard for you, good. It's like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to get good. I don't have time for that. If I don't feel like I'm progressing in the game, it's like simply like I'm just.
You
I
feel like you're
avoid-
wasting your time.
Yeah, I
either way.
avoid certain games just because I know, like, oh, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that.
You know what's interesting, because I feel the same way with how you feel about like Call of Duty in general. Like certain games I know I don't have time for, because we all, like you said, we're busy in reality. So it's like
Mhm.
when I come home from the gym after my training and all that, I got a lot of shit to do in my hand. Got to
Yeah.
make sure my brand is a-okay. Got to make sure the podcast we doing, and like the games I be playing, like it could be like Call of Duty Zombie or Ghost Recon Breakpoint
Yeah.
or like Siege. But any other game, like if I had to keep up with like the meta, with like what's been going on with other games like Apex and all that, honestly, sometimes I feel like I don't have that time to like just to invest. I might
Yeah.
play like maybe 1 or 2, but that's about it. Like
Yeah.
anything else, man.
It's like the game. Not to cut you off. My
No,
fault.
no, no,
my
no,
fault,
no,
bro.
no, 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 no. Like any other games, it has to draw my attention like strongly. Like you have to get my attention strongly. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's got to get the point right away. You got to get
Yep.
the point right. I'm the
Yep.
same way.
yeah,
Like a game like Destiny 2. Like I love Destiny, but I could not put the time into it right now. That's just not a
Mhm.
game. That gameplay loop is not desirable. Of
Yeah.
me running around doing the same thing, trying to get my gear ready for running the
Yeah.
raid multiple times,
Yep.
multiple.
Well-
That gameplay loop just doesn't fit for me.
Yeah.
And when I was talking, I'm not gonna say who it was that I was talking to. They were like, you know, it was a post about Souls, and I said something, and they're like, "Oh, just get good." It's like, nah, it's not about get good. It's just like if something isn't desirable to somebody, especially with all these different fucking games out here nowadays,
Yeah.
it's like you should just leave it alone. Like it's like, hey, maybe one day you should try Sekiro. This game might be a little different. You might like it. That's the type of conversation I like to engage with people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, especially with what we do now with content creation, I don't want to just like straight out come out and say like, oh, this game fucking sucks. I haven't played it, but I don't like what it is. You know what I mean? So
I mean,
just,
so like, there's a caveat to that. So like, do you like Fallout 76?
no, but yes, it's weird. It's like I like the concept. the execution of 76 is
So
what
there's
is so
there's
fucked
the
up.
caveat where there's I don't like this game because I don't like it. I don't like this game because the game itself sucks. Like
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
would love Fallout 76 as its concept. I love it. I love I love the idea of a multiplayer Fallout. I think that's what everyone wants. That's what ESO was born out of. But again, for both those games, the execution for them were kind of garbage. ESO kind of got off after, a bunch of updates. It became better, but 76 is still kind of just, I don't ever really want to go back to it.
I think 76 now is just trying to appease who they have left, because
Yeah.
they do have a very strong community, and at the end of the day, that's what's important in a lot of these live service games is community.
But I have to say this, 76 still kind of sucks.
It sucks. I ain't going back to it. I ain't going back to it.
It's just like I've gone back from time to time and I'll experience the same bugs I've experienced since day one. And I'm like, I thought they fixed this. I thought they did X, Y, and Z. I passively follow it, a few YouTubers like Mr. Matty Plays, for like ESO shit, or Scott or Elder or Bethesda RPG shit in general. And like they'll be like, oh, there's a new update. And I'm like, oh, it looks like I could do it. Then I go back to it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, it doesn't really seem to change that much.
Yeah. I think the gameplay loop for that game is a little.
It's hard to do because you want all the uniqueness of a RPG, but you also have to deal with the fact that other players. No, that survival shit is out the window for that game. At this point, the survival mechanic is just a way for them to sell you shit, to stop survival shit. Like every time there was a new microtransaction for that game, that like did something to like save food longer and shit.
Yeah, like the fridge and shit. Yeah,
everybody was up in arms, and I was like, it's fair because the game at that time wasn't working properly, and they were focusing on microtransactions. Like every week, that cash shop got updated more than the game, and I was like, that's probably ultimately what killed it for me, is that your cash shop gets the most updates than actually fixing the game.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of a shitty thing to do to your community. But I'm gonna stop it there because I could rant about this shit forever. But
no.
I don't know. I haven't been back to 76 recently. Maybe all this shit has changed. But
at this point, we off rails. Like I want the conversation, because again, we only do a podcast bi-weekly anyway. So to me, it's just I want to just bring this up because I brought this up to kind of make a point on something. Like I said, I was talking to that Souls player. He said, oh, you just, need to get good. You get good. You know what I said to him? I said, all right. I told him, I'm going to play Bloodborne and I'm going to beat it. But first, what I need you to do is I need you to play Call of Duty. All right? I need you to play either one. You can pick one, Cold War, Modern Warfare, or the new one. Whatever you want to do, whatever floats your boat. I want you to play it, and I want you to try to get at least a 1.5 KD in that game. And if you could do that, you know what I mean? I'm going to play Bloodborne. I'm going to play it. I'm going to beat it, everything. You know what they said to me? They said, oh, I don't like Call of Duty. It's this, it's that. Oh, it's just a bunch of people running around. It's that. It's like, oh, what you don't like it? What, you suck at it?
Call of Duty is the game I play with you guys on rare occasions, mainly because I want to play a game with the boys and not because I actually like Call of Duty.
Hey, exactly. Man, at least you're honest.
I
have nothing wrong with that.
I like 2019. I don't like Warzone that much. I don't like the newer looking CODs. They look kind of generic to me.
I agree with you.
But I also absolutely refuse to download Call of Duty, buy Call of Duty on PC for my PC because I have it on PlayStation. And then have a 200 gigabyte update is literally the only reason why I don't want to play Call of Duty right now. I think that's like the only thing preventing me is the fact that I need so much file space to just play a small portion of the game.
I think Warzone, they because I know with Vanguard, the fucking file size, at least on PS5, is like Cold War was like 120 something gigabytes. I think Vanguard's like 68. I think it's like 68.
Is it
And I think
68?
Warzone's getting an update. Don't hold me on this, where they're supposed to allow you to offload some of the data. So it's not, the file size isn't that big.
Okay, when that update comes out and I can only play 2019 and exclude Warzone completely, then maybe I'll go and buy Call of Duty on the PC. But until then, yeah, you guys got that. Because
Yeah, but no.
I barely touch Warzone.
Yeah, I bring that up just to say this, man. Like, literally, I brought this whole conversation to say this. There's a lot of games out there. There's a game for everybody out there. Literally. My girl
And hidden gems.
My girl
good
plays
gems.
this game that I've never fucking heard of in my life. I've heard of it
What
in
is it?
passing.
what is
It's
it?
called Shin Megami Tensei.
I've heard of
I
that.
heard of it. I heard
Yeah,
of it.
I heard of it too. I always hear about it in
I don't
passing.
know what it is.
Persona. It's basically like the Persona game.
Oh, okay.
I hear that shit in passing all the time. Gameplay loop isn't for me, but it's for her. She enjoys it. She has a
Yeah.
good time playing it.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
say
expect
this.
people
I
to
say
play the
this.
same games that I do.
I
at
say
all.
this to say this. Play what the fuck you want to play, dog. Like, stop trying to tell everybody. And developers, this is for y'all too. Stop trying to make everything fit the fuck in. Like Ghost Recon Frontline. Stop it. We don't want a battle royale. We don't want that shit.
We already have
Fucking-
enough.
These games trying to force fucking difficulty because difficulty's a cool thing right now. Like,
Yeah.
just stop it, dog. Stop it.
Like
Stop it.
that's like it kind of goes with like bring up Halo, because Halo is a variety of shit. So like Halo did its own thing.
Thought we wasn't going to talk about Halo.
Halo.
Man, you keep me on the podcast. All I want to do is talk about Halo. But
Yo,
this-
every time
I'm converting
E-Night from now on, every time E-Night talk about Halo podcast, dog, we got to come up with a challenge every
Okay.
fucking time.
Okay.
Every fucking time.
All right, yeah, give me a Halo related challenge, and I'll try and do it on a YouTube short.
Bet. I'm gonna do that too.
But why I bring it up is that like developers forcing shit in to follow gaming trends, and then when I point out Halo is that it follows its own trends, and when it stopped doing that, that makes it not a fun game.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So-
Exactly. Go ahead, E-Night. Tell him.
So
him.
I don't want a Call of Duty Halo. I don't want a fucking attempt at Titanfall Halo. I want
Mhm.
Halo, and I want a new version of the same game that I'm playing. Doesn't need to be, advanced movement's nice and all. It doesn't need to be there, but it's nice. It's nice to have. Some people aren't gonna like it, and that's fine. But it can't be so radically different than the original product that I'm used to, and that's the issue, right? That's the whole point of gameplay loops. This discussion is that when developers take an IP that people are traditionally used to and take everything away from it and throw it into a new genre of gameplay and expect people to buy it and then go, oh, I don't know why they don't buy it. It's because the fans are playing that game for the sole experience of the game that they're playing, not for the
Yes,
new
sir.
experience that you're forcing them into. I left Halo 4 disappointed, not because I thought the story was garbage, not because the Forge mode was booty cheeks. I left it because the overall gameplay loop was just Call of Duty, but with energy shields.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And like you could say that about Apex, but Apex has its own fluid movement system that makes it stand out. And like that's the difference between that and COD is staggering. So like Call of Duty Halo 4, yeah, I could just play COD and have the same experience, probably a better experience because they had more perks, they had more variety in guns. Halo doesn't have as much variety in guns, and the reason is for that because each gun in the sandbox fills a specific role in that game. So when you got rid of dual wielding and went straight into COD loadouts, um, like why am I gonna bring this plasma pistol as a secondary when I could just use the bolt shotgun pistol thing or the Halo CE Magnum? Like these are two superior guns, and since I spawn with them, I'm gonna go just use those to get kills rather than use the plasma pistol, which utility wise would be great against vehicles, but if I'm only playing 4v4 maps, then there's no really point to bring this then. Like even the noob combo becomes pointless because you can bring any type of weapon. So you change that gameplay loop, it just trashes all the games. Trashes and makes the fans mad, and they leave, and they have to wait 4 fucking years for a new game. And if that new game's exactly like the one that you just put out that they don't like, or something totally different from both the original concept and the concept that you just put out, then you lose more fans. Maybe you'll gain some more, a couple fans for that shit. But like the original fan base, the large ass fan base you originally have, now are gonna go try and find other games to play because their favorite game is no longer the same or similar. And that's the issue. It's taking a totally different genre, forcing it in there when it doesn't really work out that well. It may work for some games, but then again, those games usually just are like already like dead on arrival, and they need that new lifeblood. Like it worked out for Fortnite because Fortnite was a survival PvE mode. There wasn't really PvP in that game. Then they're like, let's do battle royale. Oh well, I can build shit mid shit, and I have to gather supplies to build shit and find loot. It ends up making it unique battle royale mode that a lot of people liked. Same thing for Apex, like the freedom of movement. Even though I hate what it's done to Titanfall as like their community and their IP, Apex is popular because of how they did the genre. They still kept it core, majority of the movement systems from Titanfall, majority of the mechanics from Titanfall, and the only things you don't have are wall running and giant robots. Like, it still got the same weapons. They added shields, but they also have like each champion has like an equipment that's from the original Titanfall games, like fucking ripping between dimensions or using the stim or fucking an energy shield thing. Like they have these things that are were a part of Titanfall originally, and they only slightly changed it for this genre. But they didn't take something and make it totally different and go that and slap the name of it on it. This is not Titanfall the Battle Royale, it's Apex Legends, right? It's not Titanfall zombie mode, it's not fucking Titanfall Minecraft. like they didn't like add creative mode to Titanfall or some shit. Like they kept it similar, but they changed it just enough to be its own thing, and it was a benefit. But
back in the
my fault. Go for it.
Back in the day, I remember we used to say this. There used to be a trifecta when it came to first-person shooters. It was Halo, Battlefield, Call of Duty. It was a trifecta. Perfect little trifecta. Because each game was unique in its own different way, and you went to each game to do something different. Like I played Halo for my arena shoot. I played Battlefield for my full-scale battle, all-out war. And I played Call of Duty for my fast-paced, 10-minute, little matches. You know what I mean? The minute when you start, I'm gonna take a little bit of that, or I'm gonna take a little bit of this from the other side of the triangle, it fucks everything. And that's the problem that all three of those games suffered from. At one point, Call of Duty tried to do what Battlefield was trying to do, and then Battlefield was trying to do what Call of Duty was trying to do, and then Halo was trying to do what Call of Duty was trying to do. You know what I mean?
It's more or less it's not only the fact that the triangle back in the day, but they had it's kind of like you have the top 3 shooters, and then you have a bunch of other shooters that are at the bottom. So like, you know, Titanfall was still around during that triangle shit. Like, it just got introduced, and if it had more cook time, it probably would have been the fourth. It would have made a square, because that experience is awesome. Like,
hell yeah.
People, when Titanfall went on sale, Titanfall 2 went on sale after it came out, because it got snuffed by 2 different shooter titles during the initial release.
Battlefield 1 and fucking Infinite,
their own IP.
I know.
When it went on sale, people were getting it, and they're like, "Whoa, this game's awesome! Why didn't we play this earlier?" It's because, well, besides the shit marketing, it's because people only really know about the big 3. Had that shit marketing not happened, there would have been the big 4, to be honest. And now we're getting to the point where there are other shooters coming out, like Slipgate and shit, that are making their own names for themselves, and they're coming out. Like, Doom is a shooter. It's not a multiplayer shooter, but it's still a shooter nonetheless that a lot of people love and play.
Mm-hmm.
And they're coming out and they're making names for themselves. They're becoming a giant in their own right. So like, Call of Duty, Halo, and Battlefield can't sit here and steal ideas from each other anymore, because all the ideas that they've stolen have already been stolen, and now they need to innovate on their own. So Halo taking an advanced movement for Infinite and returning to old form is a good idea. Modern Warfare 2019 is a good idea. Fucking Battlefield 2042, even though I don't like the specialist system, is still a good idea, because they have that Portal thing, and Portal is what appeases their entire fan base and allows them to create freedom that is the equivalent of something, or almost the equivalent of something like custom games that Forge and Halo. So like, it's just, you can take ideas from other games, but you have to make them your own first for it to work. And if you just steal it outright and just slap it in there, it changes everything, it fucks it all up, and only a few people end up liking it, and not the entire fan base of your franchise.
I agree.
So like, that's what it is.
And I think that just goes into like what I said. Like, I think I'm not too fond of battle royale games. I like my battle royale game, and that's Apex. Every once in a while, like, I'll play with the bros if they want to play that, but it's more so like I just like Apex, and it's like I don't really like battle royale games, but I will, like I said, I'll touch Apex. It's like, just play what the fuck you want to play, man, and stop. And developers, stop trying to, because you see a trend forming, try to follow that trend, because it's not going to work for you. I think this battle royale shit literally has like another year or 2, dog. I think
unless they come out with something radically different for one of the updates, because like the season 11 update for Apex isn't really that crazy.
Yeah,
new map, a new operator, couple new mechanics in that map, but nothing insane. The Warzone, same shit, new map, couple new mechanics they probably added because of Vanguard, like you can break shit.
It'll help Warzone, because that's what Warzone people wanted. They wanted a new map.
You're not revolutionizing the entire battle.
Yeah, of course.
And that's, every time that happens, it extends that trend a little bit longer. So Fortnite did it, or PUBG did it technically, to popularize it, and then Fortnite capitalized on that and made it even more popular because it did its own thing. And then Warzone came out, and Apex came out, did its own thing, made it more popular. Then Warzone came out after that, made it even more popular, but mainly because it's a Call of Duty gameplay loop where it's just like you shoot, you easy to get the hang of, easy to put people down into the ground, bunch of guns, bring your own loadout, all that shit. Like, there's still that Call of Duty gameplay loop in the BR mode. And then after that, we've had a bunch of failed attempts at BR since. Like 76 had its own BR mode, which I did a video on a while ago, and I thought it was all right, it had potential. But at the same time, now, as of late, it's gone. It's not a part of their game anymore because it basically kind of failed. And that's the issue when I have an issue with Halo BR. It's not that I don't think Halo BR would be good.
You said the word.
It's the fact that if it's done poorly, it's gonna fail regardless, and it ends up affecting the game that it's trying to be a part of.
Yeah, I agree. I think this battle royale shit is it's got like another year, dog. I think we're going back to zombies.
I think it's gonna stay. I think it's gonna be its own genre. That's it.
Yeah, I think
it's a subgenre now. It's its own genre now. It's not a trend genre anymore. It's its own. It's a cement. I think it's been here long enough to cement that it's its own genre, and that there's always going to be a game for it somewhere. But I don't think it's going to be as popular as it was, and like that's pretty much where
platformers coming back, baby.
Ah, shit!
What the fuck was that?
That's probably Harry's mic.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I gotta go shit. So here's my closing statement. I have to go shit. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
We're gonna wrap this bad boy up, man. This was a long episode, but
I'm peacing out right now. I gotta go.
Now I got the thinking about it. Like, since we don't do a podcast every week now, doing a 2-hour podcast ain't that, because this is all you getting for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So enjoy it and have a good time. But basically, to wrap up that whole conversation, play what the fuck you want to play, man.
Play any games.
And stop just because somebody doesn't play what you play. All right? Don't demonize them. Don't feel you're not as elite or superior as me. It's the same thing with like console war shit. Like, cut that shit out. It's childish. Like, I mean, we grown as shit now. Like, come on. But this has been episode 20 of the Infernal Gaming fucking podcast. I'm your host, Blaze Inferno. Yeah, I mean, Eknight gave you his closing statement. Rambo, give him your closing statement, man. Let him know.
All right, y'all. This is a long ass podcast, to be honest. This is like what, 3 fucking hours that we really went
2 hours.
Really? Damn.
2 hours in 2 hours and like 20 minutes, maybe.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. But my closing statement is, yeah, fuck Call of Duty Vanguard Zombie. It broke my heart. All right, fast forward. Follow me on Instagram, official Make It Kill It Gain It. Follow me on Twitch, RiZiNG Rambo. I'll be on Monday and Wednesday and Saturday. Monday and Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You get all your latest update from the official Make It Kill It Gain It on IG. Other than that, your boy RiZiNG Rambo. Pass it on to Blaze Inferno.
You already know what it is, man. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at BlazeXInferno. You can also follow me on Twitch at BlazeXInferno or twitch.tv/BlazeXInferno. I should say. I stream 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 6:30 p.m. to whenever the fuck I want to. Make sure you follow me on YouTube, though. My review of Call of Duty should be coming out by the end of the week. I'm super excited to do this for you guys. I've been wanting to do some reviews, and I think now's the time because we got a lot of games coming out. The next podcast, we should be able to talk a little bit more about Battlefield. Me and Eknight will have the new Pokemon, so we'll be able to speak on that a little bit more.
Yeah, if I'm not shitting.
Yeah, you already know. But this is your boy, Blaze Inferno, and we out, y'all. We the fuck out.
Sir.
Hope you enjoyed the show, man. Make sure you rate it 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Share it to your friends, man. Let them know, man.
Oh, wait, before we go, hey, yo, G4, if you listening to this, we still waiting for that contract.
No, just that shit right now.
Yo, we need that contract, G4. Bring us in. Bring us in. Shut up. Shut up, Eknight.
Wrong.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
All right, this has been episode 20 of the Infernal Gaming Podcast. Peace out, everybody.
All right.
Now get the fuck out, man.
Yo, longest fucking podcast ever, man. Fuck,
Get the fuck out of here, man.
man. Oh, I
Go
gotta
do
shirt.
something. Go do
Man.
something.
I'm hungry. I'm about to go eat.